slowly going to become a problem because Invoker without regen anymore is maybe going to be forced to level cross a little bit more, which is generally just making him sit in the lane and not do much, right?
Yeah, I suppose the best thing he's getting at the moment is the waves always pushed under his tower, and in conjunction with the bounty, they end up getting the bottom kill, which is a really good start for them. Boots on bounty is available now on top of level 2, so
but in the meantime, the Darkseer is doing
this
the
is such
thing.
a clutch play. Even if it gets contested, it's really important that they get at least the small creeps out this stack because they give so much money dark. If they even get the kill.
Oh, and that's very, very close. The Darkseer will drop down. They actually get the Alchemist kill, which is, like you said, very, very huge. The Bounty Hunter will drop down as the Timbersaw rotates in. Being level 6, his burst damage is insane at this point. And it looks like the Disruptor will have to surrender his life as for the cause as well, as they will slowly but surely drop him down. I mean, he may be able to deny himself, but I don't think he should. Oh!
Level 1 Timber Chain.
Killed the Alchemist, which is always going to be a great thing. Now he only has one stack to work with, which he's already trying to clear, as they probably had some kind of calls like, okay, we better clear it now because otherwise they're going to be in trouble. And now the Bounty Hunter actually getting dusted. They knew that he was in the vicinity, pretty much guessing, I believe, because he has been here most of the time. So pretty good game since then that they realized he's probably going to be here, and they just instantly dusted him up. Oh, the Darkseer trying to bring down the Alchemist. The region is doing the work. And it looks like they may be fine. And now the Mirana rotating in, trying to kill the Disruptor. Will get the kill on him. The Darkseer trying to get away. And meanwhile in the mid lane, we do have the Invoker getting killed by the Timbersaw as well as the Earth Spirit. So overall, and now the Darkseer actually turning around. But the Mirana being kept alive. And now the Darkseer is not done yet. He does have that Invis rune. So he's a little bit annoying. He's actually going to get just a free kill onto the Phoenix like that. Invis rune running around with Iron Shell, guys.
Yeah, and now the Alt's in trouble as well, maybe, with the Bounty Hunter being here. This should result in... Actually, no, he has his ult, so he should be okay.
He has his ult. Or should he? I mean, they do have... Oh...
Never mind. With the wall?
Yeah, almost, right? But the Iron Shell, it is level 4 Iron Shell now, so it does actually a lot more damage than the region from the Elk, which is basically because of the Darkseer just being pretty much keeping on par with the Timbersaw. The Invoker is keeping on par with the Alchemist. I mean, Alchemist should be ahead of him by a big time right now, considering it is an Alchemist. And now, Bounty Hunter is being chased, and the arrow will not connect, but he is still being dusted up, and he is going to drop down. Now the Phoenix, he already used a dive, so that's going to be a little freebie for the Invoker to take. And a 1-for-1 trade honestly always will favor the team with the Bounty Hunter, because Bounty Hunter early on, you're not meant to be heavy impactful, you're just meant to buy space, you're meant to be annoying. And if you can make 1-for-1 trades pretty much at all points, it is going to be kind of worth it.
Yeah, and the difference between... that's a really big kill as well. Like, every wall seems to be getting them something. But just going back to the bounty point, it's like the Invoker's getting the gold. Gives them the ability to fight earlier as well, which I think is something Elements they can really capitalize on, because I feel like they should be behind off this laning stage when you're looking at the draft, but because they're not,
yeah,
they're in a really good position.
The Bounty is going to be level 6 pretty much now, which is a lot earlier than the supports on the side of Comanche. The Earth Spirit will reach level 6 soon. The Phoenix is also almost level 6 after killing Mitch right there, which is a huge kill. They were pretty much level...
Yeah, it's just so much space, as you said. And now Disruptor's getting a 6 bottom as well, which is going to be really important to allow the team fights to happen. They really want to combine that timing with the mech from Darkseer.
Now the Invoker getting rolled on. The Bounty Hunter will be the first one dropping down, and if they can kill Monty, it's going to be a pretty big kill. Monty trying to rotate around, trying to just, dodge anything he can. Will not work though. The egg even gets committed, and that's going to be 2 kills for the side of Comanche. Obviously something that desperately needed, and that's going to be putting them once again at a decent spot. However, at this point, I mean... Oh, and the Timbersaw on the top lane may be in trouble. He's going to get glimpsed back into Static Storm. The wall not quite going to connect onto him. And a nice vacuum, so he cannot Timber Chain away. And he's actually going to drop down. Now the Earth Spirit trying to roll away. Do they have another glimpse available? It is still on cooldown since it is level 3 and not 4. So the cooldown is a little bit... has the better early game. They should be ahead at this point. But the 3 calls on Elements are all doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's just going to get worse as the game goes on due to just how freely they are able to farm. Sure, the Slack's under a bit of pressure now, but with the mech coming in, he's fine.
Well, Well, that make was very, very clutch, saving him. Mitch may be in trouble because of this. He doesn't have too much mana to work with. He's actually maybe going to turn this around as the Iron Shield makes that cold snap tick like a madman. And the Earth Spirit is going to be dropping down. So 1-for-1 trade. But once again, I didn't really see if there was a track kill on the Earth Spirit, but either way, it is a bounty hunter from the Earth Spirit, and like we talked about, it's pretty much always, and yeah, it was, I guess it was a track kill actually.
Yeah, it was.
Like gold favorite, yeah. So impactful at this point, the Iron Shell doing so much work right now, and having the mech to heal the slug when he got caught by that arrow, that was pretty huge as well.
And as soon as Slack gets a Shadow Blade as well, these engagements are just going to get a lot harder. They're even winning them now.
And now they're winning the fight. The Darkseid going in a nice vacuum, keeping him into the Static Storm. LeBron may be in danger, getting mech'd up. He's gonna stay alive and now the Earth Spirit in trouble. The Iron Shell doing the work. The Shuriken tosses. The Trax is coming. It's gonna be 2 kills for nothing as Elements. They're gonna take 2 track kills for themselves. Maybe potentially even getting a third as a one-on-one mid lane. But he was in a trial-in together with the Earth Spirit and Phoenix, so you would very much expect him to have it a couple of minutes earlier, which is not really going to be the case, as he's going to have it at the normal timing. A little bit delayed, you might call that. Monty in the bottom lane may be caught out. That is the whole team of Comanche going to eat him up, as they drop a billion sentry walls on top of that, and just, you know, using 1 does 2 sentries trying to get that kill. They really wanted that. A little bit of lack of communication, just using that many resources. Completely unnecessary there. I gotta commit the ultimate from Mirana going ahead. Maybe this is gonna be a fight they can actually win. If they do get a hold of the Darkseid, he's gonna get stunned up. He's taking a lot of damage. The mech keeping him alive. He's gonna try and vacuum people in, but already 3 dropping down from Elements.Chuvash on the Earth Spirit is gonna get dropped down. So far 3 for 2. And now the Slot getting hunted, trying to pounce away. He's gonna be fine, as they don't have any way of catching him past this point. The bounty hunter just being on the move. He does have Arcane Boots, so he can go for another Shuriken. He will do so. Not going to be quite enough, and he's going to go for the rundown. 1 hit will land, another hit, and he will get the solo kill onto the Mirana. So a 3 for 3, and once again, I mean, track kills on the side of Elements, so they're going to be very happy with that. That was all 3 track kills. So
now with the track and bounty being there, so any potential further aggressions getting nullified. They don't have anyone farming at this time, but maybe they get the glimpse here and they end up getting a return kill.
And the bounty hunter once again just always scouting out at the right times. He's gonna get killed actually by the Acronym Step, but the Slot getting killed as well. So finally the Mirana just you know, showing off that first power. The Darkseid in trouble, will get picked off again. The egg got committed, and the Alchemist rotating in, and the sheer burst of the Mirana's double Star Storm was actually enough to surprise Elements a little bit there. Like, I
suppose if they don't get the Elk here, he can't dodge, so he's going to rip in many pieces, I think.
Oh, he actually does
mind.
Cosmetic Blast, and that is going to be enough to keep him alive with the armor tuckling on top of that. And now the bounty hunter taking a lot of burst damage in the face. The Starstorm does come out, and an Ice Vacuum coming in into a cold wall. That is going to keep the Mirana in place on top of the wall from the Darkseid, the shield from the Disruptor as well. And now Earth Spirit going in, trying to turn things around. The Darkseid is finally going to drop down, but they've already lost 3 on the side of Comanche. The Disruptor will drop down as well, as the Timber Sword does reap 2 kills. Will make this Bloodstone a little bit sweeter, as he does get onto the 16 Bloodstone stacks. But overall, still a 1 fight for the side of Elements, getting a 1k net worth swing in.
Having the Slack be the aggressive hero here just makes a lot more sense, and it's not like they're losing any farm for him doing it.
He's now just, you know, inserting some dominance, trying to hit the Timber Sword a few times. He's actually going to get hit by an arrow. Didn't really see that coming, and that is going to be him dropping down.
That shouldn't happen.
I mean, it did go through the tree, so he didn't really see the line of the arrow, which was a little bit lucky, but definitely he should have probably just pounced away and be sure. So a little bit of a misplay coming out there. Now the Invoker will actually be found out as well, as Comanche. They are looking to capitalize off of the Slot kill, and by the looks they will be able to do so. Disruptor actually glimpsing back people, and he's going to put down a defensive Static Storm, just knowing that Comanche is most likely trying to pursue anything they can find. And Milan in the bottom lane, Trailboots coming in from the Timber, so he is on the hunt, and he will claim a kill, as that is going to be a mega kill streak on the Timber Sword. 19 Bloodstone Judges on him. So even though we've been like kind of bashing, kind of going back and forth about Comanches,
all the momentum that they lose, the engagement itself isn't that costly for them, but it's like Slack doesn't feel comfortable going and hitting an egg because he doesn't have a BKB at this stage. He opted for like Echo Saber, which is a very I like often follow up, but this game, just playing without that is way too painful for them.
And now the bounty hunter getting gone and getting killed off as the first one. Invoker, once again, like you talked about, this BKB lag is just really biting them in the ass, as the burst damage coming out from the side of Comanche at this point is really just doing a little bit too much. The Slug being in trouble, getting controlled up, and the Timber Saw will finish off the job with a nice little place. Little chakram, and now that is going to be a 3 for 1 as the Mirana being the only one. First the high ground down, a nice combo coming on by the dogs here. Not really going to be the best follow-up as the Invoker will whiff most of his spells, as Comanche able to mitigate that pretty quickly. And that is going to be still not really anyone dropping down for Comanche. They are still just bashing onto the high ground. The Disruptor getting gone on, and the Alchemist with the Shiva's God just going to quickly get a kill, as the uptime on his spells and abilities is insane due to the Arcturine Call, so he can just go in, bash people down, and not really care too much. He's going to get gone on now, but the Sunstrike barely even touching him. And the Cold Wall will come down. They're really trying to keep him in place so they can burst him down. Another ultimate will come down before the Static Storm gets used. Static Storm may be able to kill down the Earth Spirit. The egg will pop, and the Slug is definitely in trouble. He's going to get sunbeamed up. He's still stunned up, trying to buy him some space as the Invoker, but a nice double stun coming out from the Alchemist. The Alchemist will get one kill onto the Bounty Hunter, and the Slug getting chased, trying to just stay alive, but the Star Storm will claim the kill as he's going to drop down as well. And meanwhile, Alchemist is still doing the work. He's going to be able to take the racks in the mid lane, and they're just not backing off.
No matter if you're saving for a Scatty or something, you need to have an item now to fight. And I also like the wraparound. This is the best chance of like hitting the important heroes in the back line, because you're not going through the front line.
You're not going through the Alchemist. They're gonna go on the Mirana maybe. Oh, that's a nice Static Storm. They're gonna be able to take both the Phoenix as well as the Mirana. Mirana instantly buying back. The Earth Spirit getting killed as well. This is pretty much the best fight that Elements could have hoped for. Now they're gonna be able to deal with the big boys all by their own lonesome. And maybe they're gonna be able to take them down. The Alchemist slowly ticking down. The Slug doing a lot of work, slowly starting to do a lot of damage. He will bring down the Alchemist finally. 25 essence shift charges. The Timber Saw is even going to be in danger if the Slug gets a hold of him. He's going to Shadow Dance forward. He's going to start hitting the Timber Saw, though he's dodging so much. He's doing so
just
much
healing.
work. He's just healing like a madman. He's killing everyone, man. 2 dead on the side of Elements to the Timber Saw alone. The Arcturine Call is making him able to not give a shit. And yeah, that is going to be, I mean, arguably a one fight that was a 5,000 gold swing to the side of Elements, which pretty much is, you
now
can
he's
fight
also got
anything.
5k gold. So they also retrieve the gem, so that's a bit more map control for them to have to get when this siege actually ends. I really don't think they should fight into a 50 stack Slark. This is the biggest chance of throwing the game if you're ever going to throw it. And just playing like this.
The Timber Saw just going right in. The Phoenix jumping into the Static Storm. Not going to be allowed to use the egg, and this is like. You like you said, I mean, at this point you wait out the stacks. You don't fight into a Slug who has
like 30 at
charging
max.
forward. Yeah, and that is going to be an Earth Spirit almost dropping down, trying to escape, and he will barely escape. They do have, no, they actually don't have a glimpse on anyone, but he's charging forward. He wants to go for the kill. Could be using the Shadow Dance and potentially doing something, trying to mitigate around so he can just, oh, and he's going to be able to get the kill.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they go back in for the bottom here.
He
does
just so
tank
big. I
the
mean,
arrow though.
Gonna get hit by the arrow. That could maybe be enough. The Shadow Dance keeping him alive. The Bounty Hunter may be able to... Yeah, he's gonna be giving his life up as the Slug needs to get out. I mean, he saw that arrow. That was a clean arrow right down the lane. So a little sloppy thing, but you know, overall still a comeback from the side of Elements. They have lost one lane of frags, which is always something. So the Slug has kind of found his footing now, and now they're gonna try and
capitalize on it. He needs to buy his items, so... He's got 5k in the bank, so fighting, you know, he no longer has 50 stacks. This is good for the Timber though.
Oh, the Alchemist getting glimpsed back. They're trying to kill him off. They will be able to do so. The BKB being popped on the Slug, trying to go on the Timber Saw. And now he's just slowly but surely starting to build up his stacks again. The egg will actually get killed off, as it is just a lonely egg. When you don't have anyone to help you secure the egg, then it is very easy to take down, even if it is an Akronim's egg. Mirana getting killed by the other people in the meantime. Refresh Shop doing its work on the Invoker, just, you know, throwing spells like a madman. Timber Saw getting hunted. They do have track on him. And now the Cold Snap coming down. He can't use any spells, and he's gonna get killed off as the Slug Invoker, man, doing work. Doing God's work, man.
They just like... They're playing so
After the initial hits, he's gonna fairly quickly drop down. He will buy the Assault Crest first though, but I don't really like this because even though the Assault Crest is an amazing item, it just gives
Armor's not
Elements a
the
chance
problem.
to hold him.
And it also gives the
armor's
free
not
AC
the
away because of the wall. So, if anything, it's an awful item pickup, I think. They do get an insanely important kill here, though.
And they get the slot kill, which is obviously going to be big. And Mirana getting a lot of burst damage on him before he died off. And then just holding him back. The Phoenix will get killed once again before using the egg. So that is going to be a 2-for-1 so far. The ProDotA on this Disruptor is a little bit in trouble. He's actually sitting in the acid spray. Be worried, my friend. And now the bounty hunter get killed. The gem is going to be on the ground. I don't know how many gems is in play at this point, but at least one gem being dropped down by the side of Elements. So a 2-for-2 trade. Get hexed up as the Timbersaw doesn't care too much. The Slug will buy back instantly. And now they're looking to reinitiate, but they're all pretty low on the side of Elements. So this is going to be a little bit of a hard kill to get. And now Invoker, just Cold Snap is up and ready. So if they can get a jump on him, that is going to be how they have always killed the Timbersaw. Not able to move with the Cold Snap being up. And once again, that kill will succeed as that is the third time in a row where once he gets Cold Snap and chain hit by the Slug Invoker, there's no way you get it. It's not going to be in play for the next fight. The Slug healing up, and they're probably going to be looking to reinitiate as the Smoke is still up on the side of Elements. They could get a clutch of engagement. They're going to Static Storm, and they're actually going to bring in the Timbersaw of all people into the fight. The Darkseid being a little bit low. He's going to get Sunbeam, taking a lot of times the neck, keeping him alive, and now Timbersaw will finally finish him off. A nice amount of Cosmetic Blast coming out from the Invoker, doing God's work. Killing both of the sports on the side of Comanche, and now the Timbersaw getting chased down. The buyback on the Alchemist turning into the fight again, but the BKB coming on the Invoker. He's going to be going on the Bounty Hunter instead. Bounty Hunter getting killed, and the ProDotA on the Disruptor getting killed by the spell usage of the Timbersaw. The Slug is trying to dodge a little bit out, but they do have gems, my friend. They very much know where you are around and where you're hiding. But now the Timbersaw getting killed, overextending once again a little bit too much. The Alchemist, he doesn't have any buyback available, so if he gets killed, that could be huge. Obviously, the Slug doesn't have one either, but he has 26 now, so maybe keeping him alive. But it looks like Slug is going to be pushing for the advantage there. Going ahead, the Tornado not quite hitting. The Alchemist getting gone on, and he's finally going to get a hold of him, and that is going to be chain, hit, and Alchemist slowly but surely will drop down.
They know he's got no buyback. The lane's in a position where they can just go down mid if they want to, or just sweep bottom, get the tier 2, go for the end. Timber can.
Looks like the actions of Frax completed, and they're even working on the third one, not really caring too much. Now on initiation, the Hex will come on by the Timbersaw, but he's getting hexed himself, and now the Cold Snap doing the work like we've seen time after time, taking a lot of damage. The Cosmetic Blast doing the work, and Invoker almost bringing him down himself, but the Slug is not going to go for the kill. He is going for the racks. He wants to get Mecha Creeps. They want to at least secure that. They are going to be able to do just that, and now the Slug trying to disengage. He doesn't have too much to work with. He does have a BKB if he's forced to use it. And now getting hunted, not using the BKB yet. The Invoker is the one using the BKB. Now it goes invisible on the Slug. Maybe looking to reinitiate the Alchemist, not being able to go in as the Static Storm is keeping them away. And that is going to be Elements getting a fairly clean escape. ProDotA may be the one who is going to be dropping down, but that is the position 5 support. You're glad to give that up if you can keep the Slug out of harm's way.
Yeah, if that's all you give up, you're very happy. And now they just have to hold for like the next minute, and while they die,
it's like he's usually just going in, chucking spells. It would be a small thing, but if the courier then got killed, then he would rather have the refresher rather than getting the hex. So you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now Mirana in the bottom lane getting initiated on getting blown to bits. The egg does come out. How much? 40 HP egg does come out, but it's gonna get popped. So even though that was the clutch egg used, it's not going to be enough to keep them in this fight, at least not for now, as a buyback does come out from the Mirana. The Timbersaw going in with his BKB. It is slowly running out though, but the Disruptor is going to be the first one to fall, and now Invoker, Monty being held in place, being taken down. He will drop down. Buyback from the Disruptor. Now Slug, he's in the fight, he's doing the work. He does have a refresh up available, and he's slowly building up on his Essence Shift stacks again. Mirana brought back, is going to drop down now. The Earth Spirit is dead again, and the Timbersaw not having buyback available, at least not unless he can get another kill. He is going to get one kill, so now he does have buyback available, and he is still on the move, getting kills. Slug is dead, Disruptor is dead again as he brought back into the game. Invoker buying back again now, and now they're actually going to go for the high ground. They don't care at this point. They're like, okay, that is a huge fight we just lost, but the Invoker is just going for the throne. The Alchemist doing whatever he can to keep that from happening, but that is still both tier 4s taken, the throne being exposed, half a